Hello, welcome back, Title Tribe. My name is Justin Stevens. We're back with another episode of Friendly Fire. Speaking of friendly, as you might see, we got a new friendly face on the screen tonight. Let me run through something real quick, and that is our plug for this sponsor show, which is Rival.com. For the newest evolution in fantasy sports betting, you want to check out Rival Fantasy at joinrival.com/title tribe. You see it right here below my chin, joinrival.com/title tribe. They have $1 fantasy sports bingo cards where you fill achievements based on how the players do on the field, and you choose the players, whichever players you want, whatever lineup you want. And you have a chance to win a portion of hundreds of dollars like I did in week 2, if not thousands of dollars if the pot builds up big enough. Now, that's not to mention the other fun games as well that we're going to be playing tonight. Um, but but like I said, it's not Nate tonight. Typically, it's Nate and myself. But we've got Rich with us tonight. So, I mean, you all know Rich because you watch Toilets Titles, and he's all over the place. But you're especially going to get to see him on Sunday morning. Am I right, Rich?
That's right. We have our Sunday start and sit show. Me, Jason, and George. We get on. We go live 2 hour, 2.5 hour, 3 hours beforehand, and try to get as many questions that we could answer for all our title tribe and all the newcomers that are coming in that want to join us and hopefully get in our gilded and join our patron. We're trying to reel them in.
Yep. So you mentioned the Gilded, like 230, 240 people in the Gilded, constantly talking football all the time. And you mentioned the patreon.com/toilets of titles, where we have nearly 50 members in the Patreon now. So it's growing, man. We're pushing and we're growing. So you're a huge part of that, Frito. You have no idea how much we appreciate your work, and hopefully I'll be able to be on with you guys Sunday morning. But this cold or whatever I got, this flu, I don't know what it is. My wife calls it the man flu because she thinks it's not really that bad. But since I'm a man, and she's probably right. But but it's been killing me doing even just these 20 and 30-minute shows. So we'll see how I feel come 2 hours on Sunday morning. But if not, you guys are already in good hands because Frito, George, and Jason give the best advice for your start sits anyhow. But all right, we're going to jump right into Rival, and we're going to do the fun little game that Nate and I played last week. We're going to play a Rival challenge, and it's going to be a random Rival challenge. So just in case you don't know how it's set up on the laptop on your computer screen, if you just hit right here where it says Rival Fantasy, it takes you right here to your homepage. You can see what you did last week. You can see what you've placed this week. We'll go over mine in just a little bit, but if I hit challenges up here at the top, and then I switch to the NFL here, I see a random challenge here. This guy or gal chose Josh Allen to outscore Trevor Lawrence, and he placed a $12 bet on there. If I think that Trevor Lawrence is going to outscore Josh Allen, then I would click on Trevor Lawrence and accept this bet. We like to keep it at $5 or below. We don't want to spend all of our money in 1 week, and we don't know what random challenge we're going to accept here anyway. So we skip through until we get to the fourth challenge that's at $5 or less. We've got Tua against Trevor. Whoever, somebody doesn't like. Oh, that guy likes Trevor Lawrence by $50. All right, man. There's not a whole lot of small bets this week.
Wow.
People are betting big. Usually there's several at $5 or less. There we go. There's one. Justin Fields against Trevor Lawrence. Oh man, I kind of wish I could have accepted that one. I mean, Justin Fields has a really great matchup, but it's still Justin Fields. There's two. Daniel Jones and Trevor. Why do I feel like it's going to be a Trevor Lawrence night?
That's what it's looking like.
And Rich, just so you know, whenever you start clicking through yours, you're going to see all the exact same order. So you could go ahead and skip through these first four anyway and pick up from there. All right. Is this the third one?
That is the third one.
Oh man, that would have been a good one too, because I think that Keenan Allen has a regression back to normal, and I feel like Bijan's going to have a big week. So the next one that's $5 or less is the one I'm taking. And if you see that there's no bet on here, that's just a random challenge that Rival suggests if you want to take one.
Gotcha.
But you can also just randomly choose your own
There
too.
you
All
go.
right. Oh man, they've got Bijan. I don't like this one at all. I mean, I like CD. Don't get me wrong, especially against the Patriots, but Bijan against Jacksonville is going to have a big week. I just said that a minute ago, but here we are, and I don't have any bonus money left. I spent the last of it on bingo cards earlier, so I'm going to use from my actual balance $5 and place a bet. So now I have a random bet against some random dude. Oh, geez, I like that one too. All right. I'll probably accept that in just a minute, but first, I'm going to remove my screen and pull yours up. So same thing. Whenever, well, first you got to rifle through all of the same ones I did because they're going to show in the same order, and then you'll have to take the fourth one after that.
Man, Trevor Lawrence is a hot topic this week on Rivals, ain't it?
Yeah.
Dang, he is. It's those golden locks, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like I said, we've already been through this one.
Yeah.
But the thing is like some people are betting for them and some are betting against them. So
We got, let's go. That was the third one.
Yep.
So obviously, you've already picked yours, so I will go with the next one that comes up.
No, you'll go with the fourth one after that.
Well, so.
Oh, you may not have any out that because once you skip through them, I don't think you can accept more. All right, so.
Oh, was I supposed to go to that one?
Yeah, it's all right. Just go to the next one because.
Okay. I was thinking $5. That's why I kept on.
Well, we do $5 or less, but I mean, unless you see one higher that you're feeling confident about, but.
Okay, so on this one right here, I'm gonna assume I'm picking Calvin Ridley over AJ Brown, correct?
Yes.
If I wanted to do this one.
Yes, that's correct.
Let's do it.
There you go. Yeah, you can use your bonus money because it looks like you have quite a bit there. And guys, the way the bonus money works, that's that match. So when they say they match $200 for every dollar you bet, they put $1 into that bonus money until they've matched your 200. So again, like I said, your first deposit up to $200 is a match plus an additional $25 just for using that code right there, joinrival.com/title tribe. So I'm now going to go back to mine because I'm going to accept this bet because I already took CD Lamb on the other one, and it's not that I don't like Travis Etienne here against Atlanta. I actually kind of do like him, but I mean, if I'm going to take him, I may as well take him. So I like the bet anyway. So all right, now let's see. Take that screen down. And next, we're going to talk about house money. So, playing with house money, it's the Toilets of Titles Network weekly gaming and gambling show for all sports. So, do you like to listen to really smart people that like to help earn you some easy money? You're going to listen to Playing with House Money on the Toilets of Titles Network every Thursday morning at 10 and every Friday, I believe, at noon or Saturday at noon. But it's twice a week. They have 2 shows a week, every single week, and they talk about all sorts of different sports. So check them out. Another big sponsor, TrophySmack.com/Title Tribe get you a discount for using our link, TrophySmack.com/Title Tribe, and that's to purchase those gold chain bling that you like, the belts, championship belts for your fantasy football league, or those really nice rings. That we're actually going to have for our listeners that played in our rival leagues that we set up. So that's going to be really nice if you win and you were active. So now, Nate, let's do a one-on-one bet, just the two of us. So I'm going to give you a chance to kind of look through the schedule, or maybe flip through the players, or whatever you want, for us to try to come up with our own little challenge here. So in order to do that, I'm just going to go to. Wait, am I sharing my screen?
I
No, here
think
we
it's
go.
on my. Go ahead.
There we go. All right. So again, I'm just going to go to challenges, and then over here, right here, you see social challenges. You'll click there, and then create. So I'm going to create a challenge, switch it to NFL, and then I'm going to select a player. I can scroll through here. I can scroll through. I can hit search to search for a certain player, but I'm just going to kind of skim through the matchups here. And so, I mean, taking Christian McCaffrey, that would just be too easy, right? Like San Francisco, both of their wide receivers are banged up. Purdy doesn't really go to Kittle like he should. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is going to be the number one running back and the number one wide receiver. So that's just kind of too easy. I'm gonna avoid that.
Although Ayuk is expected to be back this week.
Yeah, he is expected to be back, but he's also pretty banged up. They said the fantasy doctors, actually, I have it pulled up right here because we just did the TGIF earlier today. They said that Brandon Ayuk, it's likely an AC sprain type 2 or 3. So that means it's a pretty serious AC sprain. So even though he's going to play, you can expect a dip in his stats until probably week 7. And they usually use science to figure all this stuff out. Like they've had other players that they've monitored that had grade type 2 or 3 AC joint issues that have had significant drops in their stats, because when you're going through that kind of pain, you take plays off because it's all pain tolerance. You got to go in and get shots while your team's on the field, all that sort of stuff. So they're saying a dip in stats up to week 7. And then Deebo Samuels, they're saying he still might play, but it's likely going to be a game-time decision, and it's a rib fracture and bruise, so that's also a pain tolerance issue. So,
all right, so
it's going to be
I will
rough.
throw this challenge out to you. So we are looking to player versus player, right?
Yeah.
We have to pick a second wide receiver on a team.
Okay.
Since I set the stipulations, I'll let you pick first.
Okay. A second wide receiver on a team.
Yep.
All right. I mean, Jalen Waddle obviously would be a hot one.
That's very true.
Let's see. Yeah.
There's a lot of good matchups this week.
Yes,
I
there
already
are.
have mine. I already know who I want, but I'm going to wait until you make your choice and everything. So
Zay Flowers has a tough matchup. He's actually the wide receiver 1 this week because Odell and old boy are both out.
So who would you consider the second receiver on Philadelphia?
Devonta Smith.
All right.
For sure. But, I mean, that would be a great pick, but he's also pretty banged up right now. You're going to go with Courtland Sutton, aren't you?
Courtland Sutton, number 1 receiver on the team.
You know what? I said it on TGIF tonight. It's never Sutton, but this week it might have to be Courtland Sutton.
Now, I will say this, a little insight into my rankings this week. Me and Jason do post our rankings, top 10 at each position. I do have Jerry Jeudy in my top 10.
And where do you post those?
We post those on toiletstotitles.com. We got tons of articles. We have our video links and everything. Tutu Atwell.
I'm going with Tutu.
Why Tutu Atwell?
Because he's playing against the Colts, and aside from Moore, the Kenny Moore, the Colts secondary really isn't as strong as they have played up to this point. They've kind of gotten lucky on a few turnovers that have fallen our way. So I can see Nakua going up against Kenny Moore and Atwell having a big game.
Nice. That's a very solid choice.
So who's your player? Who were you thinking of? Were you thinking of Devonta?
No. By no means.
Oh.
My second receiver comes from the highest over under of this week,
Okay.
and that would be the Miami and Buffalo Bill game.
Okay.
I am going with Gabe Davis.
All right. Very well. Very well. That's actually probably a pretty fair matchup, I would say, based off of how they've performed so far this season. And that is that is going to be a high scoring game.
It
That's a
is.
good pick. All right, I like it. So we're going to lay a $5 bet on that one. So I have to click how much I'm betting,
Yep.
click the player I want, and then click, if you're betting from the voucher, the bonus, or the balance, and then place the bet. And then it'll ask me, who am I sending the bet to? Send that to my man Frito, and then he'll accept it on his end. It's as easy as that, guys. Now, the fun part about this is whenever you're arguing with the guys in your home league, and he's like all talking up his Gabe Davis, and you're all talking up your Tutu Atwell because they face each other in fantasy this week, and you guys are talking trash. Now you can put your money where your mouth is, right? So,
I love it. I love it so much, man.
yep. You know what else I love? And I'm throwing a wrench in. I didn't even tell you we were gonna do this because I just now thought of it. Because I bought 5 bingo boards for this week already.
I already did too.
The way I won week 2 was I bought 5 bingo boards. The more you buy, the more you can win. In week 3, I missed one of them by 1. And I showed the people in our Patreon chat. I'm trying to find which one it was. Oh, wait. Shoot. There it is. So I missed it by 1. So Justin Tucker, he kicked 2 field goals against the Colts, but he missed one of them. Had he missed the other one and got 0 field goals, then I would have filled this straight line in the rival bingo again this week. And you can tell from looking at my previous week here, this one's in yellow. That means I won that week. You can see the gold there. It looks like a beautiful color to show that I won the bingo that week as well. So what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to buy some more cards, and we're gonna work this one out together, Rich. We're gonna put together a roster for me here.
Yep.
And if I hit on one of these 5, then I'll be sending you a PayPal to thank you.
Gotcha.
Let's see. All right. So we'll go back and forth. I'll let you pick the quarterback first. We'll go back. We'll go back and forth. So, do you have a quarterback in mind?
Yes. So I like I said, I kind of mentioned it earlier and stuff like that. I want to have a piece of the high scoring. I always want to have the quarterback in the high scoring over and under for the week. It might not always go that route, but it's going to be one of the higher scorings. So you have your choice of Tua Tagovailoa and Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
I am going Josh Allen in this challenge.
Okay. I like Josh Allen better than Tua in this format because a lot of times those achievements are is the quarterback going to get a rushing touchdown in the second quarter or something like that? And even though Tua is capable of running, he doesn't typically think run first, where Josh Allen does sometimes. So I like it. So I kind of have that same mentality for my running backs as well. I want a running back that's also going to catch the ball out of the backfield. And we already talked about it earlier, and you're already going to want the best. Christian McCaffrey, like I saw one of the achievements said a running back that catches 2 or more touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey has done it several times. So that one's a pretty obvious one for me. Who's my second?
The beautiful thing about CMC is he is tailor-made for rival fantasy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right. Who is my second running back?
I'll be honest with you. A little insight into my bingo card. It is that Jacksonville Atlanta game. I'm taking Bijan Robinson.
Yep, there you go. Well, I mentioned that earlier as well. I like the matchup. I feel like that Jaguars pass defense has gotten pretty solid. Their run defense not so much. So as far as that front line goes, so I like it. And Bijan, it seems like he just keeps getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver for me again. really wish I could have Debo here. Really wish I could have Debo because he gets the rushes as well. Um, can't choose Amon-Ra. He already played, so it makes that easy there because he is a guy that I would have considered. I think I'm going to go kind of your same mentality there.
Yep.
I'm going to get a wide receiver in that same high-scoring game, only I'm going to go with the other team because you never know. Like you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So instead of going Stephon Diggs for the stack, because stacks don't matter as much in the rival format, I'm going to go with Tyreek because he's going for 2,000 yards. So 150-yard receiving matchup is an achievement you see on here regularly. So he can get that in 2 plays.
That is very true. Very, very true. So another high scoring game that is expected, and it's now that we know that there's a good possibility that the Las Vegas Raiders quarterback should be playing this game. I know that there's a possibility he might not, and even if the backup comes in, and I really hope it's Aiden O'Connell and everything, I have to take the receiver from Las Vegas that just got done putting up a beautiful stat line last week and everything, and that is Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't see him here, so I can
Yeah,
just.
he's right there.
Oh, okay. Well, I can just type in the name as well. So here's what I like about Devontae. I don't care if they throw the team manager in there; he can score
Exactly.
a touchdown. All right. Tight end for me is very obvious every single week. Well, I can't say that because there are weeks that I have chosen Hawkinson over Kelsey, but for the most part, I'm going to take Travis Swift in most cases. So, uh,
That is a solid choice.
did you see what Sleeper
Kelsey,
did?
what's that?
Did you see what Sleeper did?
No.
If you click on Travis oh shoot, I'm not supposed to talk about other platforms, but it is funny. So I'm sure the people at Rival would appreciate it. But if you click on his trust me, I'm shifting all of my leagues over to Rival next year that are on Sleeper if I can possibly do it, because I love the format way better, especially with having the ability to bet on other games like this. But anyway, if you click on Travis Kelce on Sleeper, it's a picture of Taylor Swift.
Now, see, Travis Kelsey is another perfect match for Rival, just like Christian McCaffrey is.
Uh-huh.
Kelsey is the perfect to score those maybe 3 to 4 touchdown games. He just has that capability and everything. So,
Yep. The only downside is sometimes, or a lot of times, I've seen tight end with a fumble, and he doesn't fumble a whole lot.
that is true. That is true.
All right,
So,
so I got the easy layup. Now I'm going to let you have the kicker.
you know what? It really isn't that hard of a choice and everything. So a rival game is where you want to try to find a kicker because usually it's a low scoring game and stuff like that, and it comes down to field goals. Okay, the perfect rival. Obviously, we're talking rivals, and you have divisional matchups. They're always rivals and everything and stuff like that. Every year, Cleveland versus Baltimore is always a low scoring game and everything. And it usually comes down to this man kicking a 50-yard plus field goal.
Yep.
Justin Tucker is the perfect rival kicker for this.
So I guess that was kind of a layup for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I've already thought this out and everything. I already got my bingo card set, and you're basically laying my same bingo card.
Well, and also Cleveland's defense is really good this year.
True.
Baltimore's defense is actually pretty solid. So, like you said, division rivals, it's going to be even more defensive oriented. So I like it. All right, now I got to come up with my flex spot. So for my flex, I want to try to do something a little different, a little outside the box. So,
Okay.
and that's mostly just because I like to have fun with it. And here's what I'm going to propose. I'm going to propose Tony Pollard because he's another guy that catches the ball a lot out of the backfield. He's got his former I don't know what you want to call him, definitely former teammate, but a guy he looked up to in Zeke Elliott on the other side of the ball. He's going to want to show out for him. I almost want to choose Zeke Elliott here because I feel like he's got a 2 touchdown game in him against his former team.
Yep.
But that Dallas defense is just tough enough that I know they had a bad week last week, but they're bound to bounce back. I'm going to go with Tony Pollard for the receiving and the rushing here
Nice.
to fill out my card. I'm going to hit submit roster, and then I choose the $5 that I want to bet. So I now have 10 bingo cards for this week. 1, 2, 3. Yep. All right. So now I have 10 bingo cards for this week. If I hit on the one that has Devontae Adams, because I know I didn't choose Devontae in yeah, see, I didn't choose him in my other ones, so I'll know that that's the one I need to spring half your way. All right. So if I look at last week's bets real quick, and then we'll get out of here. There was a challenge created. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I entered this one with a random person too. Somebody selected Jordan Love over Joe Burrow, so I went ahead and took Joe Burrow. That was just a random one I saw, thinking, Joe Burrow's probably going to start bouncing back here. But yeah, so the previous week, social challenge, this one was sent to me by George. He took Brock Purdy. I took Daniel Jones. So it's always nice to take George's money. And then this one was a random one that I think this is the one Nate and I sent. Yeah, I created it. I sent it to Nate, and I won. I had Daniel Jones. He took Jared Goff. So, yep, fun times.
So if I can make a rival plug everything, so every Sunday when we are doing our start and sit show and everything, and we're going down answering start and sit questions, there's always going to be a situation when we're making our choices, the three of us, and you hop onto, and this too, is if we have a different opinion on we have a rival challenge and everything, and on there we make a challenge at once a week. We submit a challenge and stuff like that, and the proceeds of those winnings goes to any kind of foundation that we want to support and everything.
Yeah, and I think most of the guys are choosing break from the grind at this point. But Coach said that whatever you guys are able to raise that goes to break from the grind. I don't know.
$100.
I don't know if he's matching it or if we're going to match it as Toilets and Titles. Whatever it is, it's getting matched one way or another. So yeah, that's awesome that you guys are tying in a charity aspect to it. That's just awesome, people thinking outside the box and helping other people out, and that's why you guys are on the team. We only want awesome people on our team. So so that's fun stuff. It's going to be a fun episode, and like I said, hopefully I'm feeling better and I can make it through that. But I'll be honest with you, this half hour has wiped me out. I'm exhausted, but this has been fun, man. This has been this is kind of like how I want the show to run, just nice and smooth, and just playing around, placing some bets, making some money, and showing what the rival platform is all about. So very simple, very user friendly. And if anybody has any questions in our Gilded chat, we have a rival channel, or just send me a DM. It's at JustinFF_. You can ask Rich too, because he has his actual Twitter handle there at Frito Bandito_FF. But those other handles down there, those are our rival handles. So find us, friend us on Rival, and send us a challenge. So. Rich, you got anything else?
Yeah, look, this rival, this platform right here is just gonna grow. The aspect that they came up is beautiful and stuff like that, because I know we discussed this over and over again, but how many times we're always arguing. We do board bets on this every year, and now that they have a freaking thing that we could actually, not only can we brag about it on our board bets and everything, we can put a little money on it. And I'm a gambling degenerate and stuff like that. And here's the bad thing about it and everything is I live in Oklahoma and you can't bet online. So as soon as this was available and I was able to jump on so I could do this, I was like, yes, please sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I live in Indiana. It's also a no fun state. Luckily, we are whitelisted, so we can help push the product here. But
so Rival, thank you very much.
Yeah, right down there's their Twitter handle at Rival Fantasy, and then of course at Toilets and Titles. And then I also forgot to plug W Energy, or W Energy. I forget how to pronounce it, but W Energy .gg. The promo code is Title Tribe for 10% off, and they are a powder based energy drink. no jitters. There's no jitters and there's no crash at the end because it's mostly made out of natural product. Our boy Nate swears by it. He drinks it all the time. He went back to work a few weeks ago and he says the only thing keeping him awake every day. And so he's pounding a couple of those drinks every single day. So he loves them. He swears by them. I can't drink energy drinks because, I have other health issues that prevent me from being able to. But otherwise, I probably would because of how much he likes them. But so since he likes them, I like to promote it because it sounds like a really good product. So go to their website, use that link first when you go to checkout. Use the Title Tribe as the promo code, and yeah, I think that's it. So on behalf of George, on behalf of Rich, I am so tired. Have a great night. Enjoy your week,